Hey, welcome back, everyone. It's me, Mr. 4K. So, on the PSSSR, which is the PlayStation's Spectral Super Resolution, which is powered by AI, and one of the things I've noticed, and we were playing a Assassin's Creed Shadows. One of the things I noticed about the PSSSR, even on a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, is this chip that supports this PSSSR, which is a RDNA2X, as Mark Cerny likes to call it. It has 32 working groups, RDNA2X. Basically, RDNA2 on steroids, which is actually custom designed, optimized for PlayStation. And one of the things I've noticed is every game so far that I have played, the PSSSR plays a great role of synchronizing and upscaling the image quality to your TV. And you do see that in this game. People say, how could you tell a difference? Well, you can tell a difference if you have a good TV. If you have a really good TV, right, you can tell a difference. Now, if you are using some mediocre $400, $600 TV from Walmart, then of course you're not going to see a difference.
I can help you.
So you are going to need a capable TV that can actually take the advantage of PS5 Pro.
I'm ready.
But also remember, some of these games, it depends on developers. You know, Digital Foundry talked about this. It really depends on developers and what they decide to do, right? If they decide to take the full advantage, we've seen that with IO Interactive. They took the full advantage of First Light, James Bond game. So it really depends on the developer. The juice is there, the power is there, 67%. But ultimately, it'll be up to developers if they choose to use that power, utilize the PS5 Pro, and to take the advantage of the PS5 Pro capabilities. This is the beginning of the game. So what's the frame here? I'm not sure. I don't know. I think it's 40 frames. Okay, quality mode, 40 frames at a high resolution. Well, actually, let's see what we have here. So there's a quality mode. It's a 40 frames per second. Hold on. Quality mode, prioritize resolution and graphic fidelity. There's a balanced visual fidelity mode, which is 40 frames. And there's a high frame rate gameplay mode. Now, I chose a quality mode because I want to have the best possible detail. So that's why they recommend quality mode. And yes, PSSSR is turned on. So sure, PSSSR is certainly helping with the image sharpness, detail, quality. I haven't played this game in a while, so there we go. That's good. She's a shinobi. This looks great. Like I said, I'm not going to say that there's no differences, because they certainly are. Hold on, I'm having a difficult time here. Trying to execute this move. Hold on, how does she run? Oh, there we go. Oh, that's like that. I got it. Okay, alright. I've been pressing the wrong button. That was the issue. I'm not going to say that there is no difference in terms of detail and graphics. There is. And you certainly see the detail. So for people out there who are wondering, well, is it worth it? No. For $1,000, no. 600, yes. If this was reduced to $600, then absolutely, sure. I think this console would be sold out. Everyone would be buying it. But it is really a tough sell. It's a hard sell to recommend this for 1,000. You know. And don't forget, not only do you have to pay 1,000, but you also have to take in consideration that you will need a really good 4K TV. Okay. So right there, you're looking at least like $3,000 right there. $3,000. I mean, $3,000. If you're gonna go that route, might as well just build a 5090 PC with a 5090 and be done. You know, be done with it. But if you're going to ask me, like from a technical aspect of, you see, there's two things here that I want to separate. If you ask me about is it worth it, the price point, absolutely no. I already spoken about that. I think everyone has spoken about that. No way. The price point is ridiculous. So that's out of the question. No, I cannot recommend this at this price point.
The door will open.
If they decide to lower the price to like 600, then yes.
Inside the coffin is a box.
But from a technical aspect, yes, there is a difference. You know, Mark Cerny's not lying. You know, Sony's not lying when they say experience every detail, enjoy every detail, and you will enjoy every detail with PS5 Pro. But you're also going to need a television. You can't just plug it into your 1080p monitor or whatever. You're going to need a capable high-end 4K TV to take the advantage of this. So these are all the very important key points that you guys need to understand about the PS5 Pro. It's not like this is going to create some magic out of the box all by itself. There are certain components that are needed in order for this magic to work. And you're going to need a really good 4K TV, which is going to cost you over $1,000. Even if you pay $1,600 for a 4K TV, let's say you get like a 32-inch C2. That's $1,600 plus an additional $1,000 for PS5 Pro. So you're looking at like what, close to $3,000 plus tax. You're looking close to $3,000 right there. But from a technical aspect, yes, Digital Foundry is right. Everyone else who is saying that there's a difference, they're right. But I don't think any of them will justify like the 1,000 price tag. Like you can't justify that. I spoke to a lot of people online who are hardcore Sony fans, and they have a PS5 Pro, but they bought it when it was $700. But even they say, yeah, you know, you can't justify the price tag. So price tag, it cannot be justified. I'm sorry. But from a technical aspect, yes, there's certainly a difference here. You're going to notice the difference. You're going to see it. And you're certainly not going to see it on this compressed YouTube video, but you will see it on a really good 4K TV that's nicely calibrated, okay? Not super oversaturated with colors, right? If you have a really good 4K TV and then the HDR is calibrated, the picture quality is calibrated, you are going to take the advantage of this PS5 Pro. There's no question about it. But the price tag, the elephant in the room, it has to be mentioned, because if I don't mention it, well then that I am not being honest with you guys. And that's why I have to mention. Also take in consideration another thing. Is every game going to look great? Well, that depends. It really depends on developers. Now, PSSSR will automatically upscale to 4K one way or the other, and all of your PS4 existing games will look better. But when it comes to like taking the full advantage of PS5 Pro, that's really up to the developers to make that decision. And so far, we have a good amount of developers that actually have. Oh, what's this? Oh, we have a pretty good amount of developers who have actually taken the advantage of PS5 Pro, and they're constantly working on it. You know, Sony is also updating the PSSSR with a PSSSR 2, which will take the advantage of their latest and greatest games. So, in terms of like hardware and technical aspect, you know, that's what I'm trying to distinguish here. I will never say that this is a bad console in terms of what it can do for 4K. This is a 4K machine, and in some aspects it could be in an 8K machine, because if you have an 8K TV, you can output to 8K. Like I think Formula One supports it. But in terms of like the price tag, I can't justify this for 600, 700. Okay, I'll swallow that. It's only 700. But even at 700, you're not getting a disk drive. It's not included. It's a tough pill to swallow one way or the other. 600, digital 600, yes. If you want to price it 700 with the physical media, fine. But for digital, it should have been 600. Because if it was 600 with digital, a lot of people would have purchased this. There's no question about it.
Don't stop.
A lot of people would buy it, and it would be in shortage. Like this would be like in shortage. You would have a difficult time finding this console, but the price tag, it's something that I will always have to mention. So what am I essentially trying to say here without confusing you guys? Yeah, I mean, technically, this is a great console, man. It has the juice, it has the power. And if you have all of the components, like a really good 4K TV, you will certainly take the advantage of this. There's no question about it. For a console, man, this is like close to a PC experience, dude. Honestly, it's close to a PC experience. However, looking at the price tag, no one can justify this. I mean, even Dreamcast guy says absolutely no. I mean, I spoke to a lot of Sony fans, and they said absolutely no, dude. And these are like a hardcore Sony fans. And they said if they lower the price, yeah, sure. But, you know, $1,000, man, like, forget it. I mean, I understand Sony, you know, has got to do what they got to do, but man, how are you going to sell this console? And it's sad that this console is not getting, you know, the recognition that it should be getting because of the price tag. But the price tag, it's really what's right now. It's just making it impossible to recommend, dude. I mean, I would love to recommend this, and you know, unless you're filthy rich and money's not an issue and you don't care, all right, yeah, sure, and have fun, man. But if you want to appeal to a majority out there, and that's the whole point for Sony to appeal to majority, sell this console, and you really cannot appeal to majority if you're putting this ridiculous price tag. And that's the sad part, man. That's the sad part about the PS5 Pro. Now it's been what, 2 years now. The sad part is it's a great console, but this price tag, it's really what's making it a hard sell, making it almost nearly impossible to recommend.
Stu is counting on me.
You know, everything looks sharp, detailed. Like the level of detail, the shadows, the ray tracing. The first thing, like I said, you will notice is the sharpness, the detail on your 4K TV. And you're going to say, wow, I see every detail now. I normally don't see that on the base PS5 because it's kind of soft. But here you don't have that softness. You have that high detail and high textures. So, and then you add ray tracing with a performance of 60 FPS, 60 frames per second. You've seen it with the Ghost of Yotei, and you have an amazing experience. So from a technical aspect, this is a great console. But we have to mention the elephant in the room, or Godzilla in the room, the price tag. And that's what's really stopping it from being recommended. And it's sad, honestly, and that's what really makes this whole thing sad. And I'm just trying to be honest here. I don't know how many YouTubers out there are being honest about this, or they're just like justifying their purchase. I'm not justifying anything because I don't even know if I'm going to keep this, to be honest with you. I have 30 days. I haven't made a decision yet. But I'm telling you right now, it's absolutely not justifiable. Like, I cannot justify the price tag, honestly. And as I said earlier, I have spoken to a lot of YouTubers out there who do have PS5 Pro, and they said the same thing, man. Said I was lucky enough to buy it when it was $700, but I don't blame you. He says, I mean, everyone says, even Dreamcast guy says, you know, for $900, man. He even made a video about it, actually. So you can't justify $900. I mean, $1,000, man. Is it worth $1,000? No. No, it's worth 600 to 700, yes, but I think for a digital version it should be 600. Now having a 2 terabyte SSD, yeah, that's great. Sure, I mean, I welcome it, but still, man, you know,
I couldn't stop him.
1,000, it's just ridiculous. Because if you're gonna be spending that kind of cash, right? $1,000 on a console, you might as well build a PC, man. Just get yourself a 5080 or 5090. Get yourself a 5090 and be done for another 10 years. At least for another 10 years, you know you're all set. You don't have to have any anxiety thinking about, oh, can I play this? Can I play that? You know, can I run this? Can I play that? At least you know you're like good to go. But for this price tag, man.
I'm Tomiko. Your father brought you here. I'm surprised he made it in his condition. He fell into a dead sleep after dragging you in. There will be some hard days.
Look at the
ahead,
detail of
but he'll
Tomiko,
live.
man. She looks amazing.
You can sit up.
I'm recording
How's
this
the
in
rest of
4K,
you?
but then again, you know, it's YouTube, it's compressed,
Nothing's broken.
so
I can move.
it is what it is.
I can fight.
But you'll just have to trust me that
Fight.
if you have a really
I
good
didn't
4K
fix you up
TV,
just so you
like
can bleed
LG
again.
OLED, and it's calibrated,
go.
like
I
a
lost
big,
something
like
very
let's say you have a
important to my
65-inch OLED
I must get it back.
or 75-inch
Lost.
or 77-inch OLED. Let's say you have a 77-inch OLED, and everything's calibrated nicely. You are going to see the detail
my
immediately.
father
The sharpness, the detail.
And my mother.
It's just gonna pop out of the screen, dude. You're just gonna see it.
I've lost too much time. I've got
See,
to go.
but again,
Go?
that's another
Go
point
where?
that I have to
Do
make.
you even know where to start
And I'm
looking?
surprised that Digital Foundry never
Then
mentioned
help
this.
me.
I guess they expect you to
Tell
have
me what you can.
a good 4K
How did you
TV if
come
you're
to
going to
lose
be,
this
you know,
thing?
investing into PS5
There
Pro.
was a man in
But I think it's
armor.
important to mention. I think
Is that
Spawn
right?
Point was the only
Came up
YouTuber
behind me.
that said,
I was careless.
you know, you are going to need a really good 4K
What did he
TV.
look
I think
like?
Spawn Point has made, and
was
to the credit
dark.
of Spawn Point,
He
he
wore
did
a
say
mask.
you're going to need a really good 4K TV
Many some
if you
would
want to
argue.
enjoy the
Can you
accolades of the
describe it?
PS5 Pro.
It was pale, like
So
an onryo.
what am I saying essentially? Yes, this is a great console.
It might be among
It's the most powerful console,
I put them
sure.
aside when I dressed his
Um,
wounds.
And if you have a 4K TV, you will certainly take the advantage of it. But let's look at the price tag. Again, we always have to go
This is
back
it.
to that most important elephant in the room,
I've
or
seen
Godzilla
one
in the
like
room.
it years ago.
What does it mean?
Is it
Who
worth
is
it?
behind it?
At this price point,
I'm not
no.
certain.
If
But
they
you
lower
should
the
go to
price,
Katano. There's a
yes.
connection there.
Because you have to consider the fact that you
I'll
also
take
need
my
a good
father's
4K
horse. I
TV.
could reach the castle
So it's
tonight.
not bad enough you have to
What
pay
will you
1,000
do
for
if you
a
find
console, and then you have to pay another, 1,600, 1,800, or 2,000 for a 4K TV. So you're looking at 3,000,
See
three
that you
grand.
do.
So these are the things you have to consider when it comes to purchasing the PS5 Pro. But yes, the games look better. Yes, the games look sharper. There's detail. It's all true. Okay, you're certainly going to see that difference. But then again, you want to see the difference? Well, make sure you invest in a really good 4K TV. You can't just buy a Walmart $400 or $600 Walmart TV. That's not going to work. You're going to need to invest in a really good LG OLED TV. And they're expensive, okay? And depends on what kind of size would you like. The bigger the size, the more expensive. So think about that for a minute. You're going to need that 4K TV. And depending on the size, it might cost you $3,000, maybe even more. And then you have to take consideration, on top of you purchasing a TV that costs $3,000, let's say when I get a 65-inch. All right, well, there goes 3,000 right there. And then you have to consider 1,000 for a PS5 Pro. So you're right there looking at 4,000. So is it worth it? Just so you can have a good image quality and a performance? I don't know, dude. That's it's your money, dude. Like, $4,000, but you can buy a used car. I mean, I'm just saying. Me personally, I would say no. It's definitely not worth it at that price point. The only way that PS5 Pro would be worth it is if they lower the price. Because when you lower the price, then you're giving me the ability to use that extra money to invest in a really good 4K TV. And people say, okay, I just purchased my PS5 Pro for $600. All right, that's pretty cool. Now I need to save some money, invest in a really good 4K TV. Then it would work for people. People say, okay, cool. Or if maybe you already have invested in a good 4K TV and you just need a console. So 600 would be just perfect. So the only way that this console would be worth it is if they lower the price. Yes, it's a powerful console. Yes, there's detail. But to see the detail, you will need a really good 4K TV, which I already mentioned. The price is the problem. It needs to be lowered down. Like I said, 1,000, no. 600, yes. For 600, this is easily recommended. I don't have to think about it. This console would be sold out. You wouldn't be able to find it. It would be sold out everywhere. It would be a shortage, high demand and supply. You wouldn't be able to find one. Honestly, it would be all sold out. But that's if that ever happens, if they ever reduce the price to 600, which I don't think will ever happen.
I'll get the box
Honestly.
and everything will be
So-
as it was. Everything will be all right.
What I'm trying to say is, if you already have a base PS5 and you're happy with the base PS5, dude, you're good. Now, if the money is not an issue and you're filthy rich, you just bought yourself a new Tesla and you don't care, you got money, you're filthy rich, all right, cool. Then you don't even need to watch this video. You don't care. You're driving a Tesla, you're driving a Mercedes, BMW, Porsche. You don't care. You live in a big house. You don't give a, you don't give a damn. You don't give a rat's ass what I have to say. Some poor schmuck. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna buy it. But even if you have the money, still you gotta ask yourself a question, man, is this really worth 1,000? That's another point I want to make. Let's say you can afford it and you have the money. It doesn't matter how you have the money. Maybe you got a lottery ticket, maybe you got somehow lucky and started a business, making good money, whatever. Who cares? It's a free country. You know, it's capitalism. It is what it is. Even if you have the money, you still have to ask yourself this question. Like, man, can I justify, just for a little bit of a detail, just for a little bit of a clarity, 1,000? How important is that clarity to you? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Like, well, how important is this clarity for you? That's the question you have to ask yourself. To me, yes, it's great. It's enjoyable that I can enjoy these games like this, and to be able to enjoy Wolverine in a nice clarity, and also to enjoy Grand Theft Auto 6, right? But still, the question remains: do I believe it's worth $1,000? That clarity. Each to its own, guys. But I can't really say that it's worth it. And here you are, you're looking at someone who actually has the PS5 Pro. Okay, here, this is PS5 Pro. I'm not pulling any tricks. See, it says PSSSR. This is only available if you have a PS5 Pro. This is not available on a base PS5. Why would it be a PSSSR available on a PS5 base? Some people don't believe that I have PS5 Pro. Dude, I'm just too lazy to make a video to show you in the unboxing and all of that. But if you want to see a quick video of me showing you my PS5 Pro, man, I'd be more than happy to do it. But anyone who has a PS5 Pro, they can leave the comment. They can say, yes, he's not lying. He has a PS5 Pro. Because you only have this if you have a PS5 Pro. You can't have this without the PS5 Pro. Meaning the PSSSR is not going to show up on a base PS5. Okay. Man, some people on the internet, man, you know, dude, this is wild. They'll never believe that they're aliens. Even if you show them a alien here's the thing, people will never believe anything anymore. Even if you show them aliens, like having a podcast with Joe Rogan, they'll say, no, there's some guy in a costume. That's some guy, that's AI. You know, we live in an age of and day and time where, because of the AI, because of all this, you know, fakery and phoniness and AI and all this internet crap, social media, people don't even know what's real, what's not anymore. And that's why, you know, don't even bother trying to convince people. But yes, this is a PSSSR. This is a PS5 Pro. And I'm recording this. Now, if you want to see the video of me showing you my PS5 Pro, I'll be more than happy to do it if you want to see it. What? Just so I can give you the credibility that I do have it. I mean, isn't this the credibility right here? Aren't you looking at it? PSSSR? People who have a PlayStation 5 Pro, they can confirm on this, because they'll tell you, yeah, he's not lying. He does have it, because you only have this available on PS5 Pro, not on a base PS5. Why would a base PS5 have this available? I know it's a long video, but I have to address all of these elements. And like I said, I will have to address the elephant in the room, the price tag. Yeah, from a technical aspect, this is a great console. It certainly will enhance the image quality, and it'll look sharper and better. Right? And the ray tracing and the performance, 60 frames per second, all of that, it's welcome. But can you justify $1,000? The short answer is no. And I want to end the video by saying this. Yes, for $600, yes, absolutely, sure. 1,000, no. You know, and that's the sad part about this whole thing, man, that I'm reviewing this PS5 Pro. It's really sad, because it has abilities to make your games look better and make the games look sharper on your 4K TV. But when you look at the price tag, $1,000, it just, nah. Sorry, Sony. You know, you have to lower the price. And I hope that the Sony sees this video. I hope that the PlayStation executives and PlayStation marketing maybe come across some of these videos and you need to lower the price, man. This is honestly, I don't know how you're gonna sell this console. And I haven't even made a decision to keep it. On my return, I have 30 days, but I can't justify it. And it's not just me. I mean, a lot of people are saying, I'm sure Sony has seen, I'm sure the Sony executives and Sony marketing team has already seen all the videos and backlash. I'm sure they read the comments. I'm sure they know. But I'm sorry, how are you going to sell this console? How? That's the question I'd like to ask Sony. How do you intend to sell this console, dude? At this price point? How? Yeah, there's going to be some filthy rich, 1% super rich, dudes. They don't care. They have money. But that's not a majority. That's a minority, dude. Not everyone's a billionaire. Not everyone's a millionaire. Not everyone's made out of money. Like, your job as a company is to appease to a lot of people, correct? If you want your console to be successful, correct? So, well, guess what? You got to figure out the way to lower the price, man. You have to figure out the way to lower the price. Are they going to lower the price next year? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. But right now, as of June 2026, I can recommend this at this price point. If they lower the price to 600, absolutely. Yes, no problem. But at 1,000, dude, I can't possibly recommend this. At a $1,000 price point, I just cannot recommend this. I really can't. And that's really what I'm trying to tell you here. All right, well, thank you for watching. And I hope these videos help you, in some shape and form. They can help you maybe make a decision whether or not you want to buy this or don't buy this. I want to give you the alternative look here of someone who's unbiased, who's not, sponsored or who's not shilling for any company. This is from my own hard-earned cash, and I'm telling you, from my own hard-earned cash, I can't justify the price tag. Yes, it's nice. Yes, the image looks sharper and detailed, but justifying this price tag is just ridiculous. I can't. All right, well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching.